pocket broken, they see me empty. Glasses turn the bottle in my head and feeling dizzy, but you never fucking listen. Gotta jump to your conclusions. I've been heading in directions where I end up getting bruises. That's what the truth is, I take the blame. Always getting jaded, back around, they're all the same. Never wanna hear me, I've been beating from the start. I got money, I got pills, and I got a broken heart. Fuck the love, I'm needing trust. A kiss can make me stronger, but it's fixing no one's heart. I don't need your glitter, I just need a will to start. Numbing through prescriptions, isolations were apart. So I'm back into the track of where my head is going at.
suddenly appear every time you are near, just like me.
Hey everyone, it's Ariana, and today I'm going to show you how to make the easiest 3-ingredient homemade ice cream. I'm not even kidding when I tell you this is one of the best ice creams I've ever had, and it's so much fun and so simple to make. First, you're going to want to add a pint of whipping cream into an electric mixer and whip it until stiff peaks form, and then whip in a can of sweetened condensed milk. This part is so satisfying, plus a teaspoon of vanilla. This ice cream base only has 3 ingredients, but you can add whatever mix-ins you like and then pour it into a container and smooth it out. I love to use a bread loaf pan because it reminds me of one of those ice cream containers that you buy at the store. Freeze for 5 hours or overnight, and then look at that, you have the most beautiful homemade ice cream. It's so creamy and delicious, I cannot get enough. If you love ice cream, you have to make this recipe and follow for more.
Alright, you and me gotta talk, and don't get mad at me because I'm just the messenger. You watch cooking videos on TikTok all the time. You see food you want to try, so you say to yourself, I have to make that. You send the video to yourself or you save it on your phone, then weeks go by and you never actually make it. It's just a continuous cycle of watching videos and never making the
Hey everyone, it's Ariana, and I think we can all agree that Tiana's beignets and the Princess and the Frog look so unbelievably good. Today we're making them at home, and they're just as good as they look. In a mixer, stir together a 1 1/4 of warm milk plus a 1.5 teaspoons of yeast, and let this bloom for a few minutes. Then add 1/3 cup of sugar and 1.5 cups of flour. And once that's all combined into a batter, you can add an egg, 2 tablespoons of butter, and an additional 2 cups of flour. Switch over to the dough hook and mix it for about 5 minutes on setting 2, and then about 2 minutes on setting 4. After your dough should be all smooth and fluffy, you can also do these steps by hand, but it's just a little bit of a workout. Cover your bowl with plastic and then set it into a warm place to rise for about 2 hours. Once your dough has doubled in size, punch it down using your fist and then roll it out to about 1/3 of an inch thickness. Cut out squares to the size you like and then heat your oil over medium-high, adding your beignets in. You want to make sure that it's bubbling so that they'll fluff up right away. Make sure to keep an eye on them because they brown super quickly, and then I finish them off with a little drizzle of honey and a mound of powdered sugar. Check out the full recipe on my Instagram where I reply to all my followers' comments.
Anybody else just put something in the microwave, and then instead of waiting right by the microwave, you'll go straight to the cupboard and you'll pick out another snack to eat because you just can't wait. And then you'll take your snack over there to the microwave, and then you'll stare at your food getting heated up. You're like, you look so good. I can't wait to.
Today we're gonna make some fat ass cookies.
Bowl, 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1.5 cups cake flour, 1.5 teaspoons of salt,
2 teaspoons of cornstarch, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Whiskey business.
stand mixer bowl,
1.5 cups of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of white sugar,
whisk together,
1.5 cups of melted butter.
once it's mixed,
3 egg yolks.
and 2 whole eggs, 2 teaspoons vanilla, paddle attachment on.
Add in your flour mix, 1 pound of chocolate. Chop it up,
Till it looks like this. Add in your chocolate, 2 cups of walnut,
rough chop,
and your walnuts, and mix.
transfer to a bowl, cover with plastic wrap. Refrigerate 1 hour or overnight.
Large ice cream scoop.
Scoop, each should weigh
Around 6 ounces.
4 balls per sheet. Into the oven, 425.
14 to 15 minutes.
Take them out, cool on a wire rack.
Shorty got the fatty.
Sugar cookies with box mix? No! 3 cups of all-purpose flour. We have a helper today. Tell them what it is.
Salt.
1 teaspoon of salt.
1.5 teaspoons of baking powder.
Wow, you're doing so good.
1.5 cups of butter softened. Mix. 1.5 cups of sugar. Beat together.
Till light and fluffy.
2 eggs. 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract.
Add half your flour mix.
Mix.
Once it looks like that, add the rest of your flour.
And incorporate.
Once you've got your cookie dough,
Scoop your dough and roll into 1-inch balls.
granulated sugar, ball, and toss onto a baking sheet.
Repeat.
Using the bottom of a cup, press your cookies down. Once they're all pressed,
Into the oven. 375 Fahrenheit. 10 minutes. On a cooling rack.
let those cool, but also eat one if you want.
Optionally, you can decorate.
Jenny, darling, you're my best friend. But there's a few things that you don't know of. Why you borrow your lipstick so often? I'm using your shirt as a pillowcase. How am I ruining?
Does anyone else's mom eat like a handful of nuts and a cutie? And she's like, yeah, I'm finished. I'm done for the day. It's like 4 p.m. and I'm like, can we have lunch? And she's like, you're not stuffed from that clementine? No, Mom, I need a real meal.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see.
What did you call this at school? We always called them chocolate bricks, but I've heard others call them chocolate concrete. I literally used to have one every break time, and you won't believe how easy they are to make. Just 4 ingredients in one bowl, pressed into a baking tray, then brushed with water, sprinkled with sugar and baked. It's super easy, and this was my first reaction trying them when I found out they tasted exactly like the ones at school. Okay guys, this is the richest chocolate cake I've ever made, and it's flourless. Start by melting your butter and chocolate in the microwave, then let it cool. Add your eggs and sugar to a bowl and whisk until it triples in size. Yes, it's a lot of eggs. Add your chocolate mix half at a time, whisking in between. Then cover your cake tin in foil and place it in a baking tray or larger tin. Pour the mix into your small tin, then fill the tray halfway with boiling water. This is going to help it cook more evenly. Bake in the oven, then refrigerate overnight. What's up guys? Enjoy. Today we're going to be making birthday cake cookies. Add melted butter, light brown sugar and granulated sugar to a bowl and whisk to form a paste. Add 1 egg and vanilla and whisk until thick and smooth. Add plain flour, bicarbonate of soda and salt to a sieve, sift these in, then fold them into the mix. Add your white chocolate chips and sprinkles and fold these in, then chill the dough for around 30 minutes. Scoop up 2 tablespoons of the dough, place on a cookie sheet, then bake in the oven and let them cool. Here's how to make a Lotus Biscoff cake with just 3 ingredients. Add melted Biscoff and baking powder to a bowl and mix until combined. Add 2 eggs and mix well until thick. Pour the mix into your cake tin and smooth it out, then bake in the oven. Once cool, pour on some more Biscoff spread, letting it drip down the edges, then top with some Biscoff crumbs if you wish. Here's how to make copycat Ben & Jerry's snackable dough. Add softened butter, light brown sugar and granulated sugar to a bowl and cream these together. Add milk and vanilla and mix these in. Add your heat treated flour and salt and mix to form a dough. Then add your chocolate chips and fold these in. Roll the dough into tiny balls, place them on a plate and freeze for at least 1 hour. Mix into vanilla ice cream for cookie dough ice cream. Today we're going to be making school cake. It's super easy. You just cream the margarine and sugar together until light and fluffy. Then add your eggs individually, whisking in between. Then fold in your flour. Scoop the mix into a lined tray and smooth it out. Bake in the oven and let it cool. For the icing, mix together icing sugar and boiling water until smooth, then pour it over your cake. Top with sprinkles and let it set. It's so good, and this is my I love cake dance. Enjoy! To be making protein brownie bites. Add peanut butter and maple syrup to a bowl and mix until combined. Add cacao powder, instant oats and chocolate brownie whey and mix to form a dough. Add some chocolate chips and mix these in. Refrigerate for 30 minutes. Roll the mix into small balls and freeze for 20 minutes. Dip the balls into dark chocolate, dripping off any excess and sprinkle with sea salt if you wish. Here's how to make super easy cookie dough baked oats. Add oats, Greek yogurt, honey, melted butter, milk, vanilla and salt to a bowl and mix until combined. Add your chocolate chips and mix these in. Pour into a ramekin or small bowl. Add some more chocolate chips to the top and bake for 25 minutes. You guys have to try this. Birthday cake balls. Crumble up pre-cooked cake and pop it into a bowl. Then grab your frosting and mix it with the cake until fully combined. Scoop up the mix and roll it into a ball with your hands about the size of a golf ball. Pop the balls onto a tray and freeze for 1 hour. Melt some white chocolate in the microwave, then add some pink food colouring and mix to turn the chocolate pink. Dip the balls into the chocolate, making sure they're fully covered, then top with sprinkles, let them set, and that's it. Enjoy! Today we're going to be making super fudgy triple chocolate brownies. Add melted butter, light brown sugar and caster sugar to a bowl and whisk until smooth. Add 2 eggs and whisk to form stiff peaks. Add your melted chocolate and whisk this in, then add the flour, cocoa powder and salt to a sieve, sift these in, then fold them into the mix. Add your 3 kinds of chocolate chips, dark, white and milk and fold these in, then scoop the mix into a baking tray and smooth out evenly. Bake in the oven, then refrigerate overnight. Enjoy! Today we're going to be making copycat Subway rainbow cookies. Add melted butter, light brown sugar and granulated sugar to a bowl and whisk to form a paste. Add 1 egg and vanilla and whisk until smooth. Pour plain flour, bicarbonate of soda and salt into a sieve, sift these in, then fold them into the mix. Add your M&Ms and chocolate chips and fold these in, then refrigerate the dough. Scoop up about 2 tablespoons of the mix, place on a baking tray and bake in the oven, then let them cool. To be making protein brownie bites. Add peanut butter and maple syrup to a bowl and mix until combined. Add cacao powder, instant oats and chocolate brownie whey and mix to form a dough. Add some chocolate chips and mix these in. Refrigerate for 30 minutes. Roll the mix into small balls and freeze for 20 minutes. Dip the balls into dark chocolate, dripping off any excess and sprinkle with sea salt if you wish. Enjoy!